Hello, happy Tuesday. Welcome to this moment. I wanted to get on here and talk to you about clearing your space, clearing your energy, clearing baggage that we carry around, so that way we can create our life, create what we want to be living now. Now, feel free to say hello. Feel free to let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if you have questions, because I will respond. I just finished a momentum training with a couple of people who had taken part in my Synergy Healing group, and then we created this momentum session to take things a step further, so that way we can integrate them and bring it from a thought process to a level of embodiment, so it becomes part of who we are. And the topic that we've been discussing is creating and developing a deep, loving, trusting relationship with ourselves. Because if you think of how often you follow through on promises and to-dos for others, and how infrequently we sometimes follow through on those same promises to ourselves. If we're going to let somebody down, who do we typically let down? Ourselves. So one of the things that we did today as part of the exercise, as part of the work for healing, was to clear out the baggage. Now, there's a lot of ways to clear things out of our energetic field, to clear things from our physical body. Much like you may eat a certain way or fast to be able to detox your body physically, there are ways that we can do it energetically to support not only our physical body, but our mental, emotional, and spiritual body and being as well. And one of the exercises that we did today, I want to share with you now. And it's really simple. And now I want you to give yourself permission to do this exercise with the belief that it works. That's simple and easy doesn't mean that it doesn't have value, that it's not important, or that it doesn't work. That is a long-standing belief that I know a lot of us were raised with. And, well, I'm here to tell you, simple works. So I want you to get comfortable, feet on the floor. I want you to close your eyes if that feels okay. And I want you to take some nice, easy, deep breaths. And as you do that, anything that you've been dragging around, any emotional baggage, physical baggage, mental, spiritual, anything that's getting in the way, that's not serving and supporting you in some way, as you breathe, I want you to imagine that all of that stuff is written on a whiteboard in front of you. So imagine you've got all these words, and it might be things like toxins, it might be things like trauma, anger, frustration, lack of sleep, somebody pissing you off, old beliefs. I used to believe this and now I don't. Beliefs that you're questioning. Maybe you used to eat poorly and you've been eating better. So, poor eating. Maybe poor decisions. Maybe it's choosing to binge on hours and hours of Netflix or video games, things that are not supporting how you really want to be living and experiencing your life. Maybe it's living in fear or anxiety is just rampant right now. I want you to imagine all of those things written on a whiteboard. And of course, if you feel called, feel free. I have a whiteboard. Feel free to put them on a whiteboard or even a piece of paper if you feel like it's important to write out those things. Otherwise, you can literally put, baggage, because we don't have to know all the details. Sometimes our mind tells us that we can't really heal something or address something, let something go unless we've figured it out and understood it. And I'm here to tell you that that's our mind wanting to keep us safe, wanting to keep us in the known, even if that's not really where we want to be. So now that we've imagined this whiteboard, as you continue to breathe, I want you to imagine that that whiteboard is being erased. All that baggage, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, all that baggage, what you're aware of and even what you're not aware of, that all of that is being erased. And with one last deep breath, anything that's on the whiteboard has now been cleared. Anything within you, energetically, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, consciously, and subconsciously, has been cleared. Don't let your mind or anyone else tell you that it has not. That's how we get caught up in the cycle that it's still there. It can be as simple and clear as that. And now that that has been cleared, we have created the space for us to choose different, for us to choose new. So what is one promise, one way that you can choose you today? It might be drinking more water. It might be getting outside and moving. It might be going to have some fun, eating some good food. What's one way? It might be a nap. It's one of the things we talked about in my group this morning, is how naps can be so restorative. So what is one thing that you can do to take care of you today? Now, don't ask your mind. Ask your core. Ask the center of you. So if your mind wants to answer, move that energy, move that attention from your mind into the center of who you are. The mind contributes to the core of who you are, but that's where we get more juicy, full, robust information, and we can trust that information. We can't always trust our mind. So ask at the core. What's one thing that we can do today to take care of ourselves? And I'm asking myself that question as we speak. What's one thing I can do to take care of myself today? Okay. Follow through on my writing. Normally I do my writing first thing in the morning, and I didn't have time this morning. I didn't make time this morning. I didn't get up early enough to do that. So for me, it's going to be following through on my writing. What's your thing? What did your body and your being tell you would be good for you to do to take care of yourself? I'd love to see. Post in the comments. And of course, if you've got questions, feel free to ask. If you've got comments, feel free to share. And if you want to know more about clearing your own baggage and healing what's no longer serving and supporting you, feel free to contact me. Feel free to reach out either in the comments or by email, Dr. Jenn at theintuitivephoenix.com. And that's DRJENN at theintuitivephoenix.com. All right. I look forward to connecting with you further. I'm sending you lots of love and, of course, all things fucking fantastic. Until we connect again, I love y'all. Mwah.